We all know Santa Claus as the jolly old man with a white beard and a sack of gifts. But what if I told you his origins are darker than you ever imagined? From a miraculous saint saving children from a cannibal butcher to a terrifying whip-wielding sidekick named Le Père Fouettard, this isn't your typical Christmas story. This is the dark and twisted history of Santa Claus, and trust me, you won't look at Christmas the same way again. Let's begin with the real man behind the myth, Saint Nicholas of Myra. He was a 4th century bishop born in what is now modern-day Turkey. Known for his kindness, generosity, and reported miracles, Nicholas was beloved across Europe. One of his most famous acts was saving 3 poor girls from being sold into slavery. Their father, unable to afford dowries, had no other choice. Moved by their plight, Nicholas secretly dropped bags of gold into their window at night. The coins supposedly landed in their stockings, giving rise to the tradition of hanging stockings by the fireplace. But it's the darker tale of Saint Nicholas that truly cements him as the protector of children. In this chilling legend, Nicholas discovered a butcher who had lured 3 boys into his shop. The butcher killed the boys, chopped them up, and preserved their remains in a pickling tub, likely to sell their flesh as food during a famine. This is where Saint Nicholas worked a miracle. He resurrected the boys, bringing them back to life, and exposed the butcher's crime. This gruesome tale not only shows his role as a savior, but also hints at the darker origins of some Christmas legends. Over time, Nicholas's benevolence transformed him into the figure we now recognize as Santa Claus. By the Middle Ages, Saint Nicholas became one of the most celebrated saints in Europe. His feast day, December 6th, was marked by festivals, prayers, and gift-giving traditions. In Holland, he was known as Sinterklaas, the kind old man who traveled house to house, delivering small gifts to children. Dutch settlers brought this tradition to America, where Sinterklaas eventually evolved into Santa Claus. By the 19th century, American poets and illustrators reimagined him. Clement Clarke Moore's poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," portrayed Santa as a cheerful, plump, and magical gift-giver. Thomas Nast, a famous illustrator, solidified the modern image of Santa Claus, complete with his red suit, reindeer, and workshop at the North Pole. But while Santa Claus became a cheerful icon, darker legends continued to evolve in other parts of Europe. One of the darkest Christmas legends comes from medieval France, where Saint Nicholas was paired with a terrifying figure known as Le Père Fouettard, or Father Whipper. The origins of Le Père Fouettard trace back to a gruesome story of murder and cannibalism. Around 1150 AD, a butcher, or innkeeper in some versions, lived in a famine-stricken village. Desperate or cruel, the butcher and his wife devised a horrifying plan. They lured 3 boys into their shop with promises of food and warmth. Once inside, the butcher killed them, chopped their bodies into pieces, and salted the remains, placing them into a pickling tub. Some say the butcher planned to sell the boys' flesh as meat or eat it himself, but this is where Saint Nicholas intervened. Discovering the crime, Nicholas resurrected the boys and saved their souls. As for the butcher, instead of condemning him outright, Saint Nicholas took the man into his custody. The butcher was forced to serve him as his dark counterpart, Le Père Fouettard. Le Père Fouettard became Saint Nicholas's enforcer, tasked with punishing misbehaving children. While Nicholas rewarded the good, Père Fouettard dealt with the bad, harshly. He is often depicted as a grim, soot-covered figure with wild hair, carrying a whip, chains, or a stick. Sometimes, he's shown with a wicker basket on his back, used to carry away naughty children. Some versions of his story link him to the 1552 Siege of Metz, where rebellious tanners burned effigies of King Charles V. The charred and blackened effigies may have merged with earlier folklore, creating the eerie, ash-covered image of Le Père Fouettard. Other interpretations are simpler. He travels with Saint Nicholas and slides down chimneys with him, getting covered in soot. Either way, his grim appearance and menacing role haunt the legends of Christmas to this day. So why do these legends matter? Because they remind us that even the most cheerful traditions often have dark origins. Santa Claus may symbolize joy and generosity, but his roots in St. Nicholas reveal a figure of justice, protecting the innocent and punishing the wicked. Le Père Fouettard, his sinister counterpart, represents the consequences of misbehavior, a shadow to Santa's light. These tales blend kindness with fear and miracles with horror, showing how folklore evolves with culture and history. Christmas, for all its warmth and cheer, also reflects humanity's imagination and the stories we pass down through generations. So the next time you see Santa Claus, hear the sound of sleigh bells, or hang your stockings, remember this. Behind that jolly smile is a history of miracles, dark deeds, and a whip-wielding enforcer who punishes the naughty. Santa Claus may be the father of Christmas, but Le Père Fouettard ensures we never forget the darker side of the season. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know which other legends you'd like us to explore on Hidden Histories.